people, welcome to another enlightening episode of Business Pilots, where conversations spark possibilities and we bring you ideas that light the path to impact. I'm IBK, your host. Thank you for joining us again. I'm so excited about today. Today's episode is one for the books, and I'm not just saying that lightly. With me in the studio is a man who has made it his mission to shape the future by investing in what truly matters, people and purpose. We'll take a minute to settle in and then we'll dive right into it after this quick timeout. Stay with us.
Africa Premium Pan-African Conference and Awards is back. And this year, it's the 10th edition, celebrating a decade of fostering conversations on African renaissance and transformational leadership in Africa. This is an assemblage of policymakers, thought leaders, industry experts, CEOs, and entrepreneurs. The highlight will be the celebration of individuals and brands that have carved a niche for themselves and made their mark. Register for the Africa Future Leadership Conference and Awards and also get the chance to nominate individuals and brands deserving of this prestigious award. Kindly visit
www.aflca.org. Welcome back. Today on Business Pilots, we are talking leadership with one of the most terrific authorities on the subject. Our guest is a leadership catalyst, a convener of visionaries, and the founder of one of Africa's most influential youth-driven platforms, the Africa Future Leadership Conference and Awards. Please help me welcome the dynamic, passionate, and future-forward Mr. Mark Idiahi.
Thank you so very much.
Welcome to the show, sir. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here on Business Pilots.
Glad to have you here.
So you're someone that wears many hats.
Yes.
Leader, strategist, convener, before all the platforms. Please tell us, who was Mark Idiahi?
Wow. Mark Idiahi, before all of this started, was a young, disoriented, purposeless, but passionate individual. I used to be one of those people that was so cynical and critical about everything going on in the society. You know, I could literally throw stone to everyone, not minding whose house was God's.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of things that agitated me. I didn't like how things were panning out. So
in Nigeria?
Exactly. Then extension Africa.
Okay.
So my way of expressing my disgust, my way of expressing my dissatisfaction with all that was going on was to rant, basically. But I had my moments of reflection, like a light bulb moment, where I asked myself, when the curtain is drawn on this side, how will I be remembered? Will I be numbered among those who all they could do was throw stone at everyone, you know, curse people out, critique what was going on, what was going to be said that I did, what was going to be my digital imprint, what was going to be my impact. So these were the questions that I asked that made me decide I was going to find a way.
Solution.
The
part of the solution.
Come up with a solution blueprint. That was what led to us deciding that we'll have a platform that bring people together. Because in my own understanding, I figured that if we could just have a honest, sincere conversation, if we could just look at each other in the eyes and lay the cards on the table, genuine conversation, we could be able to fashion a way out. So that's how it all started.
That's how it all begins, really.
That's how it all
So
began.
what shaped your worldview growing up? Were there experiences that planted that seed in you?
Oh yes. I used to, amongst many other things, I don't like to say this all the time because it kind of elicits some kind of emotion, but I think I'm man enough now. I used to have a younger brother, my only younger brother, who we lived together. He was a threat to my mom. You know what I mean? So I begged my mom to allow him come stay with me. So he came to Lagos and started staying with me. I didn't talk to him because I realized that was not going to work. I was not about to. I made up my mind that I would not engage with him with a battle of words because he could engage me in that. So what I decided to do was to allow my life to speak to him. So he stayed with me. We lived together. Then I started noticing transformation because I believe in the concept of transformation by association. That was what made me ask that he could come and stay with me. So we started living. But somewhere along the line, he got this obsession, this idea that became an obsession, that he would travel to Europe, that he was fed up with this country, nothing was working, and he had friends that were feeding him.
And a lot of people share that sentiment.
Oh yeah, exactly. And especially that he had a lot of friends that were in Europe who went through Europe through the Mediterranean Sea. Yeah, so he opted for that. I did everything I could to persuade him not to go. When I realized that my persuasion and all the talking was not going to work, I allowed him. But he didn't get to make it alive.
Wow.
You see? And when that happened, I remember what he said to me before he left. By this time, I started writing, talking about transformation in leadership, how that everything truly, according to John Maxwell, rises and falls on leadership. That if we could just get our leadership right, we could be on our way to El Dorado, in quote. So when he left, before he left, he looked me at my eyes and said to me, no matter what happens, never give up. I know you've started something and it has changed me, but I have to do this. But no matter what happened, don't give up
on your dream.
So when the news of his, what happened came, I said to myself, one of the way I can honor his legacy was to ensure that I give everything I can to this cause, so that another one like him will not have to embark on that kind of journey. So that has been my obsession. That has been the force that drives me.
Fueling your ambition.
Oh yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. So let's talk about the Africa Future Leadership Conference.
Yes.
It's now in its 10th year.
Yes.
That's a long time. And that was your inspiration to begin?
That's not known to a lot of people, but that's the inspiration actually.
Okay, so but how have you sustained it for 10 years?
Yeah, for 10 years. We started out, the first year we started this whole thing, it looked like a joke. Because I reach out to young people, I said, come, let's have a conversation. I remember we used a place and we packed out the place. We were about 120 in attendance.
Wow.
We invited people like Don Pedro Agambi, Victor Gotobe, Jim Mike, and a couple of other people we invited for that event. And I saw the response and the feedback. That was one of, to me, that was one of those things that made me to swear with pride that, okay, maybe this is something
on the right track.
Yeah, because a lot of people had what you call moment of epiphany. We have people who sat under the teachings and in that place, and they say, you know what, I think my life can be about something. And I started getting feedback from here and then. It was supposed to just be a one-off. I just wanted to have.
Oh, really?
Yes. I didn't. When we started, we did set out.
You didn't have a plan.
Yeah, that okay. This was going to be an every year event. No, that was not how it started.
Okay.
We just wanted to have something. Let's see if we can encourage someone and inspire someone. But after we had that event, we saw the feedback. We decided, okay, we'll go again. So we went again the next year, and it kept getting bigger.
Again. So how has it evolved?
Oh yeah,
over time.
Over time, it's. My good, the last
in terms of your message, your reach, and
a lot of trans. Someone said to me, the change that they see in the conference is as a result of the change in me as a person, because I'm a chronic learner. I'm someone who is given to learning new insights, new revelation. I subject myself to all of that kind of training that will enhance my value. So in the process of that, we also begin to see that we could do this more better. There are new approaches to this thing, new strategies, new insights. So we have grown from just a hall where we could sit about 400 people to now hosting an event where we could host about 2,000 people in a hall packed full, overflow. The last three editions we had it at the Oriental Hotel. Okay. One of the biggest in Oriental Hotel. So it's been an amazing ride, if you ask me.
Beautiful. So what core values have driven the awards over the years?
We for instance, I tell people, and this is something that everyone in the core team have embodied, that change will continue to be an elusive thing, something that is elusive until you embody it. In other words, you can't say you you want to see transformation in Nigeria or in Africa without you embody the values.
Yeah, yourself.
Exactly. When people interface and interact with you, what becomes of them? What message do you communicate when people come in contact with you? So that's one thing that drives us. That's one core value that drives us. We believe that the change begins with us.
With us, exactly. So change begins with every one of us, and that is very key.
Exactly.
Now you have added an award segment.
Yes.
So what kind of leadership are you rewarding, and why does it matter?
Beautiful. At the 7th edition, we decided that it would be nice because you see, what informed that was the fact that I became so nauseated with this narrative about Africa. For instance, they go with this kind of quote and narration that says, if you wanted to keep anything from a black man, you hide it in the book. They even describe a whole continent as blessed as African, as a dark continent. So we said, no, not in our lifetime. The mainstream media has not done us justice in that context. So we decided that, okay, what we're going to do is to beam lights on people that are doing incredible work, identify them, then celebrate them.
Yeah.
That way we inspire more people who are doing ingenious work, making impact in the world and in the continent of Africa.
Wow, this is amazing. Let's take a quick breather, but don't go too far. We'll be right back. After the break, we are going to flip the script. We'll see what the future looks like through the eyes of Mr. Mark, and what's next for the Africa Future Leadership Conference, and what we should all be preparing for. Grab some water, but don't wander far. We'll be right back.
Africa Premium Pan-African Conference and Awards is back. And this year, it's the 10th edition, celebrating a decade of fostering conversations on African renaissance and transformational leadership in Africa. This is an assemblage of policymakers, thought leaders, industry experts, CEOs, and entrepreneurs. The highlight will be the celebration of individuals and brands that have carved a niche for themselves and made their mark. Register for the Africa Future Leadership Conference and Awards, and also get the chance to nominate individuals and brands deserving of this prestigious award. Kindly visit www.aflca.org.
And we are back. If you're just joining us, we are in the studio with Mr. Mark Idiahe, brand and communication strategist, social enterprise developer, leadership mentor, and a highly sought after speaker on leadership, governance, growth, and collaborative development. He is the founder of Nigeria's biggest leadership conference, the Africa Future Leadership Conference, and Awards, now in its 10th edition. So, Mr. Mark, you have created a brand that commands attention from young leaders. How were you able to turn an idea into a movement?
Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much once again. You see, an idea will remain just an idea. You can fantasize about it, dream about it, and have butterfly in your tummy. As long as that is what it remains as, it cannot create the kind of impact and bring about the change that you anticipate or envisage. So when we set out to work on this, the first thing we did was we decided we'll put one foot in front of the other. What next? What can we do? Because I was broke when we got this idea. We didn't have anything going when we started out.
And it wasn't even something that was going to spend money anyway.
Exactly. You know, looking back now with the benefit of hindsight, I asked myself, man, you mean you started this whole thing when you were living in this rugged environment,
Imagine.
Nothing going. That's how powerful idea is. If you allow an idea to consume you, somehow there's going to be a way. So we moved from just something that was once an idea that we fantasize about by asking ourselves, how can we do this? Who do we need to speak to? Who can give us a venue to use? And which media partner can we bring on board? So because in life, when you ask question long enough, God, universe, people, everyone we start profiling solution, trying to help you, trying to assist you.
Yeah.
It's just that a lot of people ask the wrong questions. But in this case, we're asking the right questions, and we started finding out how we can do what we do, and we move on. From then, even till now, I still ask those questions. What can we do differently?
Yeah.
Who do we speak to? Who do we have to partner with? And that is one thing that has driven us to where we are right now. So it was once an idea, but that idea has since morphed into what has become like a movement, and we are here.
Yeah. So how has it been? As in, were there times you felt like giving up, like, oh, this has become bigger than you envisaged?
You know, you would think that because we've done this for 9 years, that I will be so comfortable and say, you know what, let's get on this and just get it done. No, I still sometimes I think about.
So you are not just gliding.
That's not what happened. I don't know. A lot of people may have that going on for them, but I tell you, just like this one, when I imagine that, for instance, we have representatives from 29 states in Nigeria that are coming for this event with delegates. We have country director in countries outside of Nigeria. That's a bigger challenge now. So if you get comfortable, you see, comfort zone is an illusion. Once you get comfortable in any place, you're on your journey. You are taking a journey back,
exactly,
instead of forward.
That is
so
true.
This year we took on new challenge. But the question you asked, let me put this straight. Have I ever had a chance in the course of doing this where I thought that this was not working, and I thought of throwing in the towel and giving up? Many times.
Wow.
Yes,
So
I've been there. I've been there many times. Especially when you look at the preponderance of policies that are not working. When you look at the governance and government and things that could have been done that are not being done and all of that, you think, is this working? Someone asked me, let me say this. I had a conversation with a senior person that I respect. I reached out to him because I wanted him to advise me on how we can do what we are doing better. And he said to me, haven't you given up on this?
Wow.
Don't you think you're wasting your time? Nigeria is never going to work. He said this to me. and this, I was supposed to be demoralized because, you see, this was a punch on my face. But I went back and I remember why I started.
Exactly.
Because we have to have a compelling why. I remember why we started this whole thing. And you know what? The man was the first man that called me chronic optimist. Yeah. And I love it now. You know, it's a tag I love to wear on my chest. I'm a chronic optimist because there are basically two people in this world. We have chronic optimist and we have chronic pessimist. I chose to be reputed as a chronic optimist. And who is a chronic optimist? Is someone who, in spite of the mind-numbing, terrifying, devastating circumstances that he's encumbered with, have decided that, you know, in spite of all this, somehow I believe that they're still going to be aware.
Yeah. Yes.
I believe that Nigeria will become great in our lifetime. I believe that Africa will become an enviable continent that we can all swear with pride and be proud of and say, you know what, I hail from Africa.
Yeah. And
I believe
from
that.
Nigeria.
That's what yes, I believe in Nigeria.
I pray we get
and in our lifetime, it will truly be a country that we can all be proud of. That is what keeps us going. And we don't have to. I say that Nigeria is just innocent. People curse out Nigeria, and it's terrible because, you see, you can never prosper in a nation that you curse out. Because Nigeria is innocent. We are blessed with enormous resources. The brain drain that we are currently experiencing is as a function of the country becoming too hostile for creativity and innovation.
That is true.
I happen to have traveled to several countries in Europe in 2023. But by the time I got back here, I started thanking God. So grateful that we have a continent like this because we have a whole lot. We have the right skill, we have the right people, we have enormous resources, natural resources. The challenge is how well are we willing to harness what we have? This is what kept us going. And I believe that in our lifetime we can rewrite the story. That was why the magazine was vetted, African Future Leadership Magazine. Yes, to retell African story.
Yeah, and with movement like yours, absolutely, there's going to be a change.
And
you've recorded huge success, I must say. Do you struggle with imposter syndrome? Looking back and looking at how far you have come.
Yeah. Well, I would say before we started, because if there's anything that I can truly say here that I have going for me, is clarity of purpose. I know who I am. There's not enough adversity, circumstances, no matter how fierce the opposition is, that can make me think that I don't deserve to be where I am and I don't have what it takes to be doing what I'm doing. Because sometimes when the lights are turned on, the pressure becomes so intense. Why people suffer from the imposter syndrome most of the time is that they start doubting themselves. Do I have what it takes? Could I have done this better? Do I need to quit? Do I need to just hide somewhere? The light is too bright now because they are putting light, they are shining lights on my imperfections and all of that. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter. As long as you believe in yourself. The first person to believe in yourself is you.
Yeah.
Even if the world doesn't get to believe in you, you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Because you are your own biggest fan and cheerleader. That is what I believe.
That's right.
Yes.
This is for someone out there. The beginning doesn't have to be perfect. Just that. So what are the specifics that people should look forward to in this year's conference and awards?
Oh wow, this year's edition is it's not just another conference, it's a milestone. And because it's a milestone, we intend to make it very loud. Is let me give you a clue. For instance, we've hosted well over 56 people as speakers, people who have graced the platform as speakers from different places, from Malawi, over the years, from different African countries and different states. So what we want to do is to bring them aboard. For instance, we are going to be giving them a platform, an opportunity again on the panel we call this panel, hosting every speaker that has ever spoken on the platform. Will be given an opportunity to basically reflect on where they think we are. And all of that. Then,
that makes sense. After
which they'll be inducted into what we call AFLCA, that's African Future Leadership Conference and Award Hall of Legacy. What is known there, what most people are very familiar with, is Hall of Fame, but we don't do Hall of Fame, we do Hall of Legacy. Then, like I hinted, we are going to have, this is the one I'm most excited about. We are going to be streaming it to 29 states. We can do more than that, but at the moment we have delegation representative. We call them state ambassadors. From every state, from Katsina, Jos, and different states in Nigeria, we have ambassadors. So each of these ambassadors will be coming with delegates from their respective states. Beside that, there's going to be a streaming center where we can stream into all of these states as the event is going on in Lagos. To me, that is a huge.
That is huge.
Yeah, that is huge. And looking at the event, we plan to celebrate African rich fashion heritage. If you're coming that day, for instance, you're going to be adorning and putting on your native
African attire.
Exactly. So imagine a whole parfum with all of this, every attire depicting. So it's going to be very colorful, and I'm telling you, it's one event that we can all leave to tell a beautiful story of. Come 25th of October.
25th October 2025. Okay, let me ask you, Mr. Mark, as you interact with a lot of young people, what do you think that the next set of African leaders need to get right?
You see, there was a bill that was proposed, Not Too Young to Run. A lot of young people were so excited about this bill, Not Too Young, because it gives the feeling and the vibe that, okay, young people are going to come into leadership, let's elect new people and all of that. I'm not going to mention name, but if you live in this country, you should have seen that we gave young people opportunity in politics. And some of these people got into politics and they got it all twisted. They had opportunity.
That is true.
And they started acting funny, like, I mean, we were disappointed. Like, I don't want to mention names. These people who were young, they came into politics, and see, that's why some people call politics dirty. So in Nigeria and in Africa, when someone wants to go into politics, especially if you have known the person who's got a track record of diligence, decency and all, you think, oh, he's going to get really dirty now because politics is dirty. And let me say this here, politics is not dirty.
It's a misconception, right?
Exactly. It is people that bring their dirtiness
into politics
and makes it dirty. What politics does is that it amplifies your skill, your morality or immorality. It amplifies your values and all of that.
That is
so
right.
as a young person, I want that to sink. The fact that you're young does not mean that you're ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have work to do, because you see, we have to be prepared for what has been prepared for us. And by the way, you already know that power is not given, power is taken.
Taken, exactly.
So your disposition to politics or to power is what shows if you're truly ready. I say to somebody, if you have just about 3 minutes and you happen to be on the same, you're on a lift, you're going to 25-story building and there is a lift, you happen to have bumped into Elon Musk, or perhaps you're Dangote in this country, you have just about 3 minutes to make what is called elevation pitch.
Okay.
To decide if the man will turn out his card or whatever compliment and say, okay, take this, let's meet again. What am I trying to say? Are we ready as young people? How ready are we? So one of the ways we can truly tell that we are ready to make a difference is by empowering ourselves with the requisite skills and knowledge base, shaping ourselves to be ready so that when the opportunity comes, because they will come, we won't mess it up, just like some have done because they were young. So I say that to you again, just because you're young does not mean that you're ready.
Does not give you an automatic
ticket. No. I've seen that. Not. I used to believe that it's not working.
True.
It's not.
So what is your boldest dream for Africa?
All right, my boldest dream, I truly look forward to a continent where young people and dreams will be given priority, where innovation can strive, where young people don't think that for them to make it, in quote now, you know what the concept of making it is. Making it to me does not mean that you have to throw caution to the wind, break the laws in the book because you want to make it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about someone with an aspiration to make something work with vision, will be given the enabling environment that this nation can truly be. This nation and Africa can become very deliberate, curating an atmosphere that allow vision, innovation to strive, that we can all be proud of.
Yeah. Wow. This is amazing. This has been a very powerful dive into the journey of a man who is not just leading, but lifting others as he climbs. We'll take another quick break, and when we return, we'll look at what Mr. Idiahi is building behind the scenes and the legacy he's determined to leave behind. Join us again.
Have you heard about it? Have you experienced it?
Welcome back. If you've been taking notes, welcome to the club. This conversation is a masterclass in vision and intentionality. Mr. Mark, what has been your biggest personal transformation on this journey?
Okay, very interesting question if you ask me. A few years ago, I had an opportunity to submit myself to mentorship.
Okay.
Because in my opinion, one of the way you can go to any place you've not been before and navigate your way successfully is to find people who have been there.
Yeah.
Now, every time I say that experience is not the best teacher, people often want to pick up stone. Now, this is what I mean.
Okay.
There's no point trying to reinvent the wheel. Life is too short for you to learn everything you need to learn by yourself, by your own experiences. You see, I had that first-hand experience when many years ago I used to be those people. I used to be there where we would drive this, you know what they call firewall in this line?
Firewall. Oh, yeah.
Those people that would drive those vehicles in the night because
Small
you're trying
glass.
to invade. Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to look for a very fashionable adjective that you call it small glass, but I wasn't smuggling cars. But we have people that will bring in cars from Europe, and they want us to help move them to Benin. So I used to do that, and because I love driving, one of my hobbies, so I will always love to be in front. Good cars, Range Rover, beautiful luxury cars. On this particular night, the road was blocked because of traffic, heavy green lock, and someone whispered from the back that we could take the alternative road, detour, and because the road was blocked. And I still insisted that I should be in front, even though it was my first time of following that route. So we went on that route. It was a long one, and somewhere along the line, I just heard a big noise, and I opened my eye. I was inside the bush. What happened? Everybody came. What happened? What happened? I said, I don't know what happened, but I will confess. This is what happened. That day, I walked throughout the day, became fatigued, but I still wanted the 5,000 naira. Because it was 5,000 naira back then. I'm talking about 2 decades ago. And because I was tired, and I'm having to go on a route that I was not familiar with. The guy behind me, they know the route, the route. They travel through that place all the time. But it was my first time, and I still insisted that I would take the lead. And I found myself because of the money. And I found myself in the bush. I learned a lesson from that experience that day, which is this: if you have not been to any place before, wisdom simply demands that you find out from people who have been there. So I got myself, you can call that school of hard knock, but I learned the lesson that I needed to learn. When I came off from that, I started looking at people who I can come under and have them teach me, have them inspire me to take the right decisions. And I found someone, is a blessed memory now, someone, Dr. Obonking. He passed in 2020. He took me in. I worked with him very closely. Most of the things that he has taught me, that I learned from him, were never written in book, and he never said those in his speeches. When I worked with him closely, I got to realize how to treat my children, how to take care of my family, how to take care of people, and how to do the things that truly impacted. And like a 360-degree change, my life turned around because it was a matter of value. I tell people all the time that your association is a prediction of your future. The people you will certainly become like the people you spend the most of your time with.
That is true.
And because I was with him for the most of the time, and having conversation with him, following him to places, traveling with him, I get to learn firsthand about principles and values that I could implement in my life and shape my perspective. That was one of such. So mentorship is important. Mentorship is critical. Yes.
Can you also tell us one failure or a low point that has redirected you in the best possible way? Oh,
sure. You see, in 2011, I resigned from Vanguard, having worked there for 10 years. I had read a lot of motivational books. I was pumped. You know, like, you can't prosper when you're on a paid employment. You have to start something and build it from the scratch and all of that kind of stuff. So I was pumped. I woke up one day and I wrote my resignation letter and I asked them to pay my gratuity, which they did.
Wow.
So I went into business, and just barely 8 months after I started, that business crashed because what I was paid as gratuity, most of that was invested into the air freight, into the business I was doing, and as one of the sub-agents to Dana Airline. You remember the infamous Dana crash? So that was my business tumbling down with Dana Airline. You know, because I was into air freight, I was doing logistic air freight and the rest of that.
How did that make you feel?
Because, you know, I've been an advocate of putting all your eggs in one basket. You know, I tell people, man, put all your eggs in one basket
so
and
that
watch
you know
it.
That
you say you watch
there's
it.
No other option.
Exactly. So that was all my eggs put in one basket, and I was down to nothing. So I was between the what you call the devil and the deep blue sea, because I vowed that I would never go back to paid employment. I'm not looking for a job anymore because I didn't want to end up where my father ended up. He worked all his life and blah blah blah. So when that happened, I was back to a low place, a very low place. I had second guessed myself a little bit, but then I started asking, what can I do right now to put food on the table? Because I was married and I have children. What can I do? What should I do? And it was in the process of all of that we started the first edition of this event.
Oh.
Yeah, because while I was there, I said, okay, since I don't have a job, I don't have money, what can I do? And I started thinking, and in the process, I thought, okay, let me start inspiring young people. Let me start having conversation. Let me start I've read so much book. I can talk. I can speak to young people. And we started. But that was one moment. I say this. I don't mean to talk very critically of people that are still in that place, because the last time I went there, I still saw people that were there. I mean, that I left.
That you left there.
Yes.
Wow.
And their own salary for about 1 year and some months. And I asked one of them, how are you coping? He said, but we don't have another choice.
Wow.
So in my mind, I said, who told you? Who told you? We do have a choice.
We always do.
So it was a school of hard knock. My resolve and my resilience was threatened. But I refused to bow under pressure. Because if I didn't leave Vanguard when I left Vanguard, and if when what happened, and I had resolved to maybe just settling for just about anything, perhaps there will be no African Future Leadership Conference and award today.
True.
So what adversity does, listen to if you didn't take anything from what I've just said here today, I want you to get this written down. You can frame it if you want. Adversity is a necessary precaution to greatness.
Adversity is a necessary precaution to
Precursor.
Precursor.
Yes.
Oh.
Prelude.
Yes.
It means that adversity will push you to greatness. So don't dread it. Don't pray it away. Don't cast it out. Don't bind it as demon. When life throw you lemon, you better make lemonade out of it.
Beautiful. Wow. This is so inspiring. Is there a place for faith, spirituality, and values?
Don't make me preach
in
now.
all of this?
Listen, you know, I said it, and I will say it again. I said, God, if you ever make me something, if you ever, because you see, we may not have time to tell you my story. My father married 5 wives.
Wow.
And I didn't have a chance. I couldn't breathe. I was choked.
I can imagine.
I have life pushing me to the precipice. Listen to me. And I said it, God, if you ever give me a platform, if you ever make me speak, if you ever give me an opportunity to speak to someone, I will tell them you made me who I am. See, let me tell you this. There's no success outside of God. Trust me. Because depends on what your idea of success is. True success in life is about you maximizing your purpose why you were born. That's why Max Moreau of blessed memory will say that the richest place in the world is not the gold mine, it's not the World Bank. The richest place in the world is the cemetery. Why? Because over there you have dreams that were never actualized, books that were never written, doctors that never practiced, songs that were never sang. Because some people were too afraid to step into their destiny. So there is a G factor in the success factor.
Yeah.
There's a God factor in the success factor.
Yeah.
Because success is you becoming all that God designed for you to be. I'm not preaching, this is true.
Yeah.
We have seen so much in the world today to realize that all the things that we won't fantasize about, the fame and all the success in quote, it's nothing success. It's not a success. So we need God now like we never needed before. Because when it's all said and done, remember this, it's not going to be about the car that you drove. It's not going to be about the house you live, the golden wristwatch and all the trappings of success. At the end of the day, it's going to be about what you did with the gifts, the talent that God gave you. And that cannot be outside of God.
Yeah.
It has to be in God.
True.
So I believe in faith.
True.
I believe.
So let me peel back the layers a little bit.
Okay.
Beyond the conferences and the awards and the public speaking that you are known for, what are the other things that you are building behind the scenes that may not be in the spotlight? Because I know that there is a lot to you.
it's like you trying to let some cat out of the bag.
Yes, please do.
Anyway, I wear many coats. I wear coats of many colors. Actually, I'm a farmer. I do farming because with all this recent obsession by Big Gate and Co trying to put MGO on our faces, which we all have to be very mindful of. We all have to go back to farming. So I do farm. And 6 years ago, I think this is something that you want to know. I got into the prison. I didn't mean I was arrested. I was kept in the prison. No, I became very passionate about people that are in incarceration.
Okay.
So we started an NGO called the Second Chance Care Foundation.
Second Chance.
So
Care. Wow.
I got an inspiration to reach out to those people that are there, because part of what we are doing with the African Future Leadership Conference, when young people come, some young people, they get to have their light bulb moment where they go back to living a better life. My question then is, what about people that never had the opportunity to attend such event?
Yeah.
And they end up in prison? Is there a second chance? So we started going to the prison, having programs in the prison. We have something we call August Visitor, like this month of August, where we go to prison and organize skill acquisition program for people that are about to be released. Because I've seen people come out of prison and they end up going back to prison. The reason is because when people go to prison, Nigeria doesn't make it easy for them to come back and acclimatize back to the society. The stigmatization that they face, the trauma, make them want to, for one time, let me quickly say this. I met today, I will just mention his first name.
Okay.
He kept frequenting prison. He would come out, go back, come out, go back. So on one of these occasions, I asked him, because I met with the DCP and he called the young man, so we're interacting with him. I said, hey, oh boy, they swear for you, don't you like to be free? He said, oh God, don't be so. He said, the last time I got a job as a security man, I was working in this company. Somehow my boss got a wind of it that I was once in prison, and he sacked me. He didn't tell me anything that I did, and he just said that the company can no longer pay salary. So they paid him off and he left. 2 months after, he was taking the same road and he met another security man at the gate, and he asked him, what happened now? The business? Oga said, he said, no. The person were there before they don't sack and he don't go prison. That guy said, no, won't get anything to do.
So that's how he knew.
You know what he did? On his way back, he deliberately got himself involved in a fight and broke somebody's windscreen.
So that he could return.
My goodness. And interestingly, as fate will have it, the lady has a direct connection with the DPO, and he was whisked back to that place in Ikoyi.
Wow.
So what did we do to solve that situation? That's why we got a blueprint for the rehabilitation we do. We got him enlisted in the barbing salon they have inside there. Started learning how to barb. So when he will be set off, we got some friends together, raised some money and got his container and furnished it and got him established. And today he's barbing in that place as he's known.
Wow.
And he's married with 2 children. So freedom in this climb, when you say somebody is free from prison and you don't make adequate provision for true rehabilitation, what they do is that they go back to the society to become pain in the society.
True.
So we started Second Chance Care Foundation to address that. Recently, just to bring this one to a close, recently we launched what is known as Angel Scholarship. Angel Scholarship is an educational empowerment program that targets two people only: children of those that are sentenced to prison, sentenced to death, and children of those that you call lifers. Because if the children of these people that are in prison, sentenced to death, or they are lifers, which is life imprisonment, are not catered for, they will revenge the dysfunctional cycle of their parents. So we have that going every year, and we have a number of children there, and God helping us, we intend to increase that. Wow. So those are some of the things we have off the camera that we're doing.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Mark, for everything you are doing. Permit me to snoop behind the scenes a little more, just to learn more about your amazing personality. Okay, so we'll play rapid fire.
Okay, good. I'm ready.
So your responses have to be quick.
Spontaneous. I get it. So, okay.
What's one book that has changed your perspective?
Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich.
I love the book. It's one practical book that I read. I gleaned a lot of insight and started applying, and I started seeing results. Yes.
One thing you do every morning, no matter what?
No matter what, no matter how busy I am, when I wake up in the morning, I don't go to my phone, I go to the throne. So when
most people really do pick up their phones first.
Exactly. When I wake up, I don't go to the phone, I go to the throne.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So what's your personal mantra or a quote that you live by?
Yeah. This is mine. Obscurity is the worst enemy of any brand. If you are not seen, you'll be forgotten.
Wow. True.
Yes.
True. Okay, in 60 seconds, what's your advice to African youths?
Live ready, because when opportunity comes, it is too late to prepare. Get ready, arm yourself with the requisite skill, insight, and knowledge base, so that when the opportunity beckons, you will be the best person for the job.
Wow. And on these notes, we bring today's episode of the show to a wrap. Thank you so much, Mr. Mark, for gracing our studio today and for sharing. We hope you'll come back again.
Oh, sure, anytime.
Thank you. You are not just building a platform, you are building people, and that's exactly how movements are born. Thank you for everything that you are doing.
And so
to everyone watching, thank you for joining us on this powerful ride. If you took notes, great, but more importantly, take action. Don't forget to follow Mark Idiahi on all socials and keep your eyes peeled for the 10th edition of the Africa Future Leadership Conference coming up in October. On October 25, 2025, right? October
yes,
25.
I love it.
Okay, so again, thank you for joining us on this broadcast. I am IBK, reminding you that the future is not something that we wait for. It's something that we build. Stay inspired and stay intentional. Bye for now.